Hi guys, welcome to C2C Mentors. My name is Ketan and today I'm going to discuss IIM Lucknow's admission criteria. So the admission criteria for IIM Lucknow has already been out for 2020-22 admission process. Now there are two segments by the way. So you have stage 1 and you have stage 2. So when you look at stage 1, predominantly what you need to take into consideration is your CATCA score and the academics. Now if you look at the cutoffs, I think the cutoffs are really achievable. So if I just talk about general category, that's 85, 85 and 85 across your segments, which is VRC, DLR and quants. Manageable, doable, and overall they're asking about 90 percentile. So you have to meet the sectional cutoff, which is 85, 85 and 85, and overall it should give you around about 90 percentile, right? And this is something, I mean, definitely it's possible. Like, IIM Lucknow keeping this cutoff, that's going to help most of you guys, right? Now, so that's there. Now after this, what do we have is the academic criteria. Now when you look at the academic criteria, what happens in academic criteria, as far as IIM Lucknow is concerned, these guys have introduced, rather it's been there, something called as the diversity, so the graduation diversity or the academic diversity. So we'll go step by step. Now if you look at, as far as the composite score is concerned for stage 1, the weightage for CAT score is a bit on a higher side, I would say, because that's around about 60. This is for all the program, that's PGP, agribusiness and selective management. So that's going to be 60% across the programs, and this is how the calculation has been done, as far as the score is concerned. Then your HSC marks and your SSC marks will be given round about 10-10 weightage. So that's going to be there. Even your workage will be given the weightage of 10. Now towards the right side, you can see how it's been actually calculated, right? So even if you don't understand that, that's fine, because that will be taken care by IIM Lucknow itself. We don't really have to get into that. So this is there. Then if you look at diversity factor, there are two diversity factor. Number 1 is the academic, number 2 is the gender one. So that's A and B. Each of them are getting round about 5 marks. So overall, if you look at, your CAT score is going to be around about 60. Then HSC and 12th, the 12th marks and the graduation marks, there is no 10th marks out here to be actually. So yeah, so graduation and HSC is going to be 10-10. Then workx is going to be 10. Diversity is going to be around about 5 and gender diversity is going to be around about 5. Now if you look at the workx, right, I think these guys are considering workx, which is, look at this line, this program, PGP. I think these guys are considering workx, which is more than 6 months. So anybody who's got more than 6 months, I believe, should be eligible to get some marks. But again, that won't fetch you much of the marks. I think, having a good work is round about let's say 2 years plus will give you good marks. So that's going to be the total of 100 for level 1, for stage 1, as far as the composite is concerned. Now here what you can do is, if you look at the HSC, the 12th standard, anything below 80, you're not fetching anything. So below 80, you're getting at like 0, right? I think that's on a bit of higher level. So I think this should have been a little bit down, like round about like 65 or 70. But again, that's decided by IML. So anything which is above 80, you are now eligible to get the score. And look at this, anything which is above 98 to 100, you are getting 10 on 10. I think this is too much, right? It's on a very high level though. So yeah, so that's how it is. So you have score for 12th standard and graduation. No 10th standard included. Work experience is there. 10 is like, I think it's a decent number. Now, once this is done, right? Once this is done, this is composite score 1. Once you are eligible for that, you will be getting a call for the VAT and the PI process, right? Now, if you look at the academic diversity, IIM Lucknow has included these many specializations, these many graduation streams under the academic diversity. Now, when you look at the VAT and PI, so this is going to be your second category. Now this category here which you're seeing, right, so this is going to be your VAT and PI score included. Now here is the benefit. What you had CATCA score earlier at 60% now goes down to 30%, which is around about 50% reduction. This is something good. Now again, here what you need to understand is that your diversity factor, right, or your academic performance stays same, I mean gets reduced by 50%. That's 5 plus 5. Workx, again 50% reduction. The major chunk out here is your VAT and your PI, which is your written ability test and your personal interview. That's around about 50%. So all these things here will contribute towards 50%. And this is going to be the major chunk. So if I'm getting call from IIM Lucknow, as per the schedule 1, which I just showed you, the work cakes and 12th and graduation marks and all that, I think then at this level, cracking will predominantly be dependent on your personal interview. Because if you look at this category, all these things, I don't see there will be much of variation in level 1 and level 2, right? So the only make or break is going to be your VAT and your PI. And what these guys have said, I think if I, when I read this, it's clearly mentioned out here is that, they've mentioned here is that, so the minimum requirement for getting a pass in personal interview is 12 out of 40 mark. So that's what is the minimum requirement. That's the minimum requirement, which is going to be around about 30%. But trust me, most of the IIM, this is the case everywhere now. Your VAT and your PI contributes a lot. But yeah, again, having said that, you need to crack level 1, and in the level 2, your VAT and PI will be too much important. Now, here is the thing that you need to understand. Though the cutoff is 85, overall 90, if you are okay, like, you can go back, you can check, how much is the score in 12th standard and graduation. You can do that calculation, work and all that. But let's say, if you're somebody in a gender diversity, if you're somebody in an academic diversity, then scoring, let's say, round about 95 will put you in a good zone to get a call, at least for your VAT and PI. And once you get that, if you look at the level 1 segment jo tha, the entire score calculation gets reduced and the main priority or the maximum weightage is given for VAT and PI, which is absolutely manageable, which is doable. So I don't see here still, it's something, impossible to crack IIM Lucknow and all that. Trust me, it's still possible. It's just that you got to focus a bit more on apna CAT ka score. So here is the logic, guys. If you don't have work X, if you don't have academics, if you don't have gender diversity, if you don't have academic diversity, needless to say, you got to score high in CAT. But let's see, if you have all these things with you, even if you kind of score a bit on a lower side, like 95, 96, you tend to get a chance, rather you tend to get a call from IIM Lucknow. So guys, that's it from my side. I will be excuse me, I'll keep you guys updated with all the IIM criterias, with all the top-notch IIMs, top-notch non-IIMs criteria. Do subscribe to my channel, and I'm just not going to give you the criterias. I will be giving you guys the analysis also, which will help you to understand what you should be studying for CAT onwards, and how it's going to be possible for you to crack this. So do subscribe to the channel, share my videos to your friends, and stay tuned to my channel. Thank you so much, guys.